What's up, guys? Headed to the gym for hamstring and glutes. We got I haven't talked to you guys since my Sunday meeting with my coach. We got some changes in the diet. It's been about 4 weeks since we've had any diet changes, so some exciting stuff, I guess. We're doing some carb cycling, at least for this week. I'm not sure how long we'll do it, but on Mondays and Wednesdays we are doing no carb days, or super low carbs. I'll get some carbs from the greens that I have, but very minuscule, and very little carbs from the peanut butter, or the tablespoon of peanut butter that I eat. And I don't think there's any carbs in the protein that I drink. I'm not sure, I'll have to look, but that's about all of the carbs that I'll have on those 2 days. And then the other days of the week, the same exact diet I've been doing, except we're adding in one extra meal. Will have some added carbs, and another meal will have slightly more than usual. So the meal that I have, the 6 ounces of sweet potatoes, we're going to be doing 8 ounces of sweet potatoes. And then my fourth meal, where I usually stop eating carbs, we'll have a half cup of rice. So oh yeah, and then on my fifth meal we added a banana as well. So my fifth meal is the 2 scoops of protein and the tablespoon of peanut butter, and we added in a banana. So on my carb days, we've got carbs on all 5 meals, and the only one that is staying carbless is the 6th meal, the tilapia and the greens. And then on Mondays and Wednesdays, no carbs. So today is the 2nd day of it. Yesterday I had no carbs. Today we're doing a full day of the additional carbs. Tomorrow will be no carbs, and then the rest of the week up until next Monday will be full carb days. So just kind of, my coach is experimenting with how my body responds to this. We are ahead of schedule, so that winds up being nice because we can do stuff like this and see how my body responds when we tweak certain foods, and that will come in handy come competition date, because we'll have a better idea of how to throw food at me to make me look my best on stage. So updates to follow, but we posed on Sunday, and it was the best I have looked so far from what my wife and my coaches told me. The video will be posted a little bit later this week, so you guys can see that. I just posted a posing video from the following Sunday, or the Sunday before this Sunday, so that's up, and that one doesn't look bad either. We're starting to lean out in that one, but big difference between then and now as well. And then I actually just went back and looked at some of my posing from a couple months ago, and the difference is night and day. So it's really cool to look at. Hamstrings. We're gonna do
curls for the girls.
Hamstring curls
For the girls.
either standing or laying, either a standing leg, or a standing single leg, or a laying double leg. I'm not sure which one I want to do. I really like the standing single legs. I feel like they get a better stretch on the hamstrings than the lying. And you can do them single leg, which is really nice. And you can do that on the lying as well, but it's just a little bit harder. And then we're going to do stiff leg deadlifts. I think we're going to do those today. And then abductor machine. And that And that is it for the hamstrings and glutes. Then we're going to throw in a calf exercise. I want to say it's seated calves today that we're going to do, I think. Yep, definitely seated calves. And then we have our favorite, the Stairmaster, for 25 or 30 minutes, depending on what I want to do there. Coach has it set for 25, but I've been doing 30 just about every time for the last 2 or 3 months because I read his directions wrong, and if I've been doing it for 30 minutes and everything's going well, I might as well just keep doing it for 30 minutes. No sense backing down on that. Those are the updates. I don't think I got anything else for you guys, but we are 7.5 weeks out. See you guys in the gym. All right, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? We are hitting that hamstring day. Got the pants rolled up for you guys. We're starting to see some definition in the hamstrings, starting to see them separate, so happy about that. We started off with the single leg standing hamstring curls. Really like this machine, mostly because you can feel such a good stretch on the hamstring. Definitely a good machine to start with, but if you do start with this machine, definitely a good machine to do a good number of warm-up sets. Don't just jump into this any standing leg curls cold. I've seen some injuries happen on these machines from not priming and not warming up the hamstrings prior to working them on this. So just fair warning, get a good warm-up in before you hit these types of machines, especially with that full lengthened hamstring. But one of my favorite machines. So after we finish up with our standing hamstring curls, we are going to hit stiff leg deadlifts with the dumbbells. Again, I'm really happy with the definition that we're starting to get. Even looking at the calves from this view, they are starting to pop out, starting to come out. I've never been blessed with large calves, even when working them a couple times a week, but the definition's starting to show. I think they look fairly proportionate for my body, but not too disappointed in them, but also not wouldn't be upset if they grew a little tiny bit more. So I think we were using either 110s or 120s per side. I want to say 120, but I can't remember. I did this workout about a week ago at this point, almost a full week ago. So I can't remember, but they were feeling good. Strength was feeling pretty good. Really like the definition that's starting to show from this angle. Real quick, wanted to touch on the diet. The carb cycling has been hitting me a little bit. So on Thursday, Fridays, after my 2 days of carb cycling, or the 0 carb days on Monday and Wednesday, my Thursday and Friday, I mean, my body just feels fatigued and shot. So this hamstring day, we're finally back to like full strength, so feeling pretty good at this point in time. That's about it. We're about to finish up the video, so I can't ramble much longer, but I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. If you've been enjoying it, drop me a like, drop me a follow, drop me some comments. All right, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.